How do you feel about being back in Oakland and being in the community down here, United Roots?
Yeah, man, I always feel good being in Oakland. I don't get here enough. A lot of times we do shows, but it be in Frisco.
Most definitely.
And we in and out, you know. So I've been to Oakland, you know, a few times in you know, in the years past, you know what I mean? And, you know, always respecting the home of the Black Panthers and,
Yes,
and just the good work that, and the sincere work, you know, that people, you know, do here. So it's good, you know what I mean? It's good to be at the center and seeing the studio y'all have and the camaraderie y'all have and things that y'all able to do. So, you know, I'm excited.
Most definitely. So, as far as like, how can I put this? Like, out of all the music you've ever recorded, whether it be solo or with Dead Prez as a group, what would you say is like your favorite record?
Yo, it's funny you asked me that, G. I got a new album that I just finished. It'll be out in April.
Cool.
It's a solo record. It's called A Workout, and it's an album like you were saying in the conversation. There's no cursing on it. There's no N-word on it. But it's definitely, as you said, I'm comfortable with it. It's definitely hardcore, and it's all about health and fitness. And and honestly, that's been the funnest project I ever completed. You know what I mean? I produced it, I wrote it, recorded it, and mixed it in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? 14 tracks. You know, I've been a martial artist for about 10 years. Been a vegetarian for most of my adult life. You know, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I left all that. You know what I mean? So this record was, you know, it's just a new side of myself, and you know, I'm really happy with what came out. So I'm excited about getting that out.
Yeah, most definitely. I would definitely have to say one of my favorite records would have to be hip hop.
Right.
Definitely, you know, I often heard like Drake. Like I didn't even at first. I heard the record at first, and then when I heard Drake say, "So yes, a Dead Prez," and it was like that's Bob Marley.
Right.
Yeah. So like, and then you know, definitely even more recently with the Malcolm Garvey Huey, that was just that whole mixtape was hot. But like that was just, I was like, this shit is hot.
Right on, G.
So you know, most
that.
Definitely.
Shout out to Divine and M1 on that.
Blessing.
Malcolm Garvey Huey.
So, you know, so outside of the album, is Dead Prez working on another mixtape, another album, or like what's going on with that?
Yeah, well, like I said, you know, the next thing coming from the camp is the Workout, my solo record. But right now we got 5 tracks in on a new Dead Prez album that's being produced by Steve Marley. And so we're working with Steve and a couple of his brothers on the production. And yeah, so that'll be coming down the pipe, you know, when all the vibes get right and tight.
Definitely. Yeah. So is any words you want to say to the young folks out there that's either in the industry coming up or want to get into the industry, but like they're not really aware of some of the harsh realities of the music industry?
Yeah. Well, you know, my main principle is plan your work and work your plan. And you know, if you wake up in the morning and you ain't got nothing planned to do today from yesterday, then you already lose. You know what I mean? So, you know, every day is about executing the plan, whatever it is you may want to do. And that's going to put you ahead of most people just by having a plan. Realize health is wealth. You know what I mean? Make that your core. I remember coming up, you know, you used to see the older homies, you know, hitting the weights and taking care, in the 80s and whatnot, taking care of their body and ironing their khakis, putting a crease in it, and, you know what I mean, making sure the chucks was right, you know, and I think that gave me a sense of pride in the brothers and you know, just being strong. And now, you know, a lot of times we be smoked out, and it's cool to be smoked out and sagged out. And I ain't trying to sound like no old head, like I don't relate, but just the pride you know, as men, you know what I mean, it is, you know, kind of not there as much. And I know it's in us. So I encourage the young dudes, you know, while you got that youth, while you got that strength, you know what I mean, get on your fitness, you know what I mean, take pride in that, you know, in a lot of ways that helps you in business, helps you in stress management, helps you in your own self-confidence. And you know our community is full with diabetes, all kind of different diseases, diet related and whatever. So, you know, I encourage that in the youth. Whatever you're doing musically, you know, be a planner, be Sun Tzu with it, be the art of war with it, you know, and take your health as wealth, and everything else gonna flow from there.
Most definitely. Well, we know you gotta play any cat solo. Want to get you to give a shout out to Behind Bars, Ozone J Million Portrait of a Musician project. That's actually a project that we started as like just something that we were doing. We did the first one in 4 days, and really what we're doing is outside of just making it just a name, we want to make it a brand. So like as in like how they got the Gangsta Grills brand, we want to do Portrait of a Musician presents Stic.man or whatever.
Right. I like that.
Yeah, so like, you know, just really getting into the body of the music. So, you know, it's on you now.
Yeah. Salute. This Stic.man, dead presidents, RBG, For Life, RBG Fit Club. Shouting out J Million with Behind the Bars project, Portrait of a Musician, man. I'm in full support of that, man, because we got to get behind the bars, you know what I mean? And to bring that freedom out through that page and that pen, and that poetry, and that sound, and that word power. So, salute, bro. What's success?
Bless you.